Let's answer a question. Is the Salem worth 25,000 steel? That is the question, and today we're going to answer it. Before we kick this video off, I want to say one thing. Wargaming kind of shot themselves in the foot with this update, being the fact they released 2 ships that are pretty much almost the exact same. Yes, there are just a couple differences, but Tulsa is basically a Salem, just take 2 guns off the front. You can build them the same, they play the same, and basically Salem is just a Des Moines, but it's at tier 8. The benefit to that, obviously, is that you get to play against tier 7. And I will say this, when this thing plays against tier 7, it is a complete meme. But it takes a really long time to grind up all this. Is the Salem worth 25,000 steel? What are the benefits to picking up this over, say, the campaign ship? Would it just be better for everyone out there to just forego, save the 25,000 steel, pick up the campaign ship for 2,500 doubloons? That is the question that I'm going to attempt to answer for you the best I possibly can in this video. Don't forget, it takes a really long time to get 25,000 steel, so you're looking at maybe a couple years worth of work. Alright, so I know there's a lot of people out there that have built this thing for just mass DPM. I didn't really go that way. I kind of went more the accuracy and range way, and I could probably get a little bit more out of it, range-wise. But as far as DPM, I think I have a 4.9 reload. So my build, I've got a 4.9 reload with an 18.4 range. Because I said beforehand, range is a big problem. If you don't have, like, good range, you know, you can get hurt in this game. And I do find that 18.4 gives me a pretty comfortable range. I would like a little bit more, but I'm not going to sacrifice the DPM. 18.4 is plenty. Because this ship is not something that kites around. Understand that. This is not a kiting ship. This is not a rudder build ship. You're not in open water. That's just not how you play the heavy cruisers from the Americans. Not saying you can't, I'm just saying you shouldn't. One interesting thing to note here is actually this does have better armor than the Des Moines. The only way they're different is this side panel I'm showing you here is 30 millimeters compared to Des Moines. On Des Moines, it's 27, just like the bow. The deck is still 30. Why is that significant? Because if you use this 30 just right against ships that have 16-inch guns or lower, you can bounce them. And that is a big deal. Because someone's going to ask it, here's the commander build. I'm not going to go through it. It's Scott. You see the 2 guys, Kuznetsov, Scharnhorst. Moving on. Let's go get some gameplay of this, and I'll show you why this thing is actually kind of crazy. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger on this thing because I don't really want the Missouri. And personally, I don't think they're going to really put much in the forge out there going forward, because it took them, what, 2.5 years to put this thing in? Let me get in position here and kind of show you what this thing can do. So we did get the matchmaking that I was talking about earlier. We did get into a tier 7 lobby. So we got into an 8-7 lobby. Let's see if we can make something happen here. I love people that shoot HE out of battleships. So nice. We're in a bit of a pickle here. So the spot that I wanted to go is not going to be possible. There's a damage con. You have to remember, these are technically Des Moines guns. So it's the 203 auto loaders, the 4.9 reload, the fire chance, the pin. It's all really, really good. But where this thing really likes to shine is whenever you switch over to AP. And if I get an opportunity, then he's almost giving it to me now. And this thing has a super heal. So this fire damage, not going to damage con a double fire. Not early on like this. There's a fire. That's a permanent fire. See if we can get the permanent fire up front. There it is. Wait, no, that's not the front. That's the back. Interesting. There's the fire up front. He's triple perm. Let's go for the bow. You can see I'm aiming very low here. Very interesting. That makes me a little bit nervous. Also, the guy going makes me nervous. I hope that guy doesn't blister me. He's going to. Oof. Skill issue. Overpants. Okay, should be safe now. Here's the AP. So you can see, decently accurate. It's not as accurate as some of the other ones, like Des Moines. Still pretty good, though. We'll take 5K, we'll take 3K. This is a 4.9 reload, so we're going to be dumping quite a bit into him here. The one downside, this ship doesn't have a hydro.
The ship is on fire.
And here goes the super heal.
Main turret critically damaged.
The guy backed off. You're dead. Oh, give me the kill. Now you're dead. All right, here comes a good opportunity, and we'll see if I can get this guy to hit my belt. He can pin my nose, but if I can trick him into shooting the belt, I can bounce these shells. 7.5. 5.5. I want him to shoot the side of my boat. Bounce. We did it. He bounced a bunch of those. What part of your boat's not oversaturated? Little chunkier. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to that 30mm plate there. If you can get them to shoot that plate, because see, on like anything else, Baltimore or Des Moines, that Kansas probably would have dev struck me. But people don't know yet that this thing has a 30mm armor plate. So if I can get you to shoot that, thinking that you're going to hurt me, I'm going to bounce almost everything and take maybe what I take in damage-wise. 3K, 4K, 5K? That's pretty good. I can do a lot to a Kansas in the 35, 40-second reload he's got. This could be a very interesting game. Let's see what happens. It's basically all cruisers. Did we get up-tiered? We did get up-tiered. So we're going to see how this thing fights against the top-tier Phillips in my game. We'll see how this goes. I'll play this like a standard game. We'll not expect anything crazy. Let's see what kind of power this thing has. I'm guessing these guys are going to probably play this fairly slow. You'll see that I am firing AP because at this point, I'm not looking for fires. I'm looking to break his guns. If I break his guns, I take him out of the fight. And I'm totally fine with getting some chunk damage here as well. See, there was a pin to a gun. Do you notice there was a pin for no damage? Oh yeah, drill him. 5 pins. Here's a hero. There's a gun. See, I just knocked that Buffalo's gun. Oh yeah, paid actors. I love them. I feel like this guy's gonna turn out. Yeah, there it goes. Now I back off the engagement. It's 3 versus 1. This guy runs away. I'm shocked that Des Moines actually lobbed that. I'm gonna go ahead and pop one of my super heals. Ooh, our Musashi just death struck that Des Moines. Gee whiz. Good positioning by our Musashi. I am firing AP into these turrets. Kind of curious. Hold on, paid actor. If I could learn how to aim. Making a run for that island. Oh, come on. I just had a gun blacked? I didn't even have a gun hurt. That's kind of crazy. I will say, out of all the ships to have a gun black, because I have such a fast reload, I still have quite a bit of DPM. And these are still Des Moines AP rounds. So it's in the scheme of things, see, look at that, Citadel at 13.7. It's not the end of the world. Yes, it kind of sucks. Obviously you lose DPM, but kind of makes up for it having such hard-hitting shells, and they're fairly accurate, and they get the job done. I notice when I lose a gun in this thing, which has happened before, I don't know if it has to do with the turret HP value. It doesn't bother me near as much. Nothing like shells hitting the water. The one downside to the Salem is not having a hydro. I have no idea where this guy's torps are.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
We destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Hopefully I get around this corner before he's reloaded.
Attention. Reporting the target position.
See, and there goes another one of my guns. So I don't know if it's a turret HP value thing. I don't think this happens near as much in Des Moines. Something to consider, but it is a tier 8.
Sir.
I'm sure Tulsa's going to be just as susceptible. It's the last guy. Screw it. Pop out here. See what I can get done on him. I'm going to aim for the bow and see what kind of damage I get trying to pin that bow. Much better. Oh yeah, we'll just keep shooting the bow. Oh, he's loaded. We're dead. Oh, he bounced. It's a skill issue. Like I said, I mean, this thing is pretty good. Understand that it is a Des Moines with a little bit better armor at tier 8, and you get to fight against tier 7. But it can very obviously hold its own in legendary tier. And I think that's a big one because I think that's a make or break point for tier 8 boats. Can it hold its own in legendary tier? Because that's what you're going to get up tiered more than you get down tiered. That's just the way the game works. That's where I feel like Tulsa, not going to cut it. Salem does cut it, but there's really no point in getting both boats because they're essentially the same thing. Tulsa's just a little bit squishier, less armor, less DPM. But with that being said, I'm going to wrap it up. Hope that this helps you make a more educated decision in purchasing Salem. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.